So it's clear that Aaron Rodgers' time at Green Bay is very much up in the air, and I believe that he'll never play again for the Green Bay Packers. The Denver Broncos rumored as a front runner to land the MVP. So what would the Broncos be with Aaron Rodgers? Let's talk this out. The Denver Broncos with Aaron Rodgers would be in the mix for the Super Bowl in the AFC. Now, I would still rank Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs as the team to beat, but you put Aaron Rodgers on this team with this offense, with these incredible weapons at the wide receiver and tight end position, plus Vic Fangio, great defensive mind. You now have Fuller and Surtain at the cornerback position. Von Miller getting to the quarterback. I'm going to assume for a second that Bradley Chubb and 3 first-round picks, that's the compensation. I would still favor Kansas City, and the AFC is loaded, right? It's loaded. But you look at this schedule and think about Aaron Rodgers playing for this team. They can win all of these games in the first half of the season. You know, games that normally you wouldn't consider they would have a chance to win, they could win a bevy of those games in the second half. They wouldn't just sneak into the playoffs. The Denver Broncos with Aaron Rodgers would win 11, 12, 13, 14 games this season. We're talking about the most talented quarterback in the history of the league, the NFL MVP. So yeah, I think that they would be better than Buffalo, better than Indianapolis, better than New England, better than Cleveland, better than Baltimore, and those are great teams. The only team that I think that would be better than the Denver Broncos, Aaron Rodgers squad would be the Kansas City Chiefs. And boy, just when you think everything's turning up Chargers, Aaron Rodgers, if he was traded in the division. Aaron Rodgers spoke to the great Kenny Mayne on his final Sports Center last night, and it was awesome. And you heard the clip to start the show. Rodgers confirmed everything that we've ever said on Time to Shine about this relationship, when it started, why it started, and the fact that it's currently burnt to the ground, burnt to a crisp. There's no way you can watch that interview and believe Aaron Rodgers is going to play again for the Green Bay Packers. Kenny Mayne obviously asked great questions, and Rodgers obviously gave great answers, real answers with a purpose. He said it was about character and culture and doing things the right way and about the people. And Rodgers talked at length, you heard the clip to start the show, about how his MVP season last year put a wrench in the Packers' plans. And literally, as you know, that has been my take since the second the Packers traded up and drafted Jordan Love in round number 1. They ended Aaron Rodgers' tenure in Green Bay. They put an unfair expiration date on him prematurely. That's where the whole blood on your hands Brian Gutekunst came from. That's why we started calling him blood on your hands Goonie, because he killed off Aaron Rodgers. And Rodgers went out, had that MVP season, and now Rodgers rightly wants to control the timeline. Instead of after 2021, he wants it now. And by the way, it is significant that he's not at OTAs. Very significant. They have OTAs right now, and it's the first time he's ever missed it. Did you watch that interview and think he's showing up at Packer minicamp on June 8th? Or training camp starting on July the 27th? Remember the Rodgers quote. It's about the people. And Brian Gutekunst is still there. And so is Jordan Love. And so is team president Mark Murphy. Aaron Rodgers gave a goodbye press conference to Green Bay after Championship Sunday. He called his future a beautiful mystery. Adam Schefter's reporting was spot on. Notice Aaron Rodgers didn't remotely debunk, he had it on, because it's about the people. And with the people in place fracturing the relationship, Aaron Rodgers clearly has no interest in wearing a Packer uniform again. Loves the fans, loves his teammates, loves poor Matt LaFleur and the coaches. The front office ended it. Now he wants to control the expiration date. Aaron Rodgers is right. I don't think it's remote hyperbole or a hot take to call tonight a must-win for the Lakers. Actually, Think about it. It's kind of the reverse math, right? Phoenix goes up 2-0. I just can't see a great Suns team losing 4 of the next 5 to LA. That would be disrespectful. That's illogical. Now, I do think AD and LeBron bounce back, and I think they win. Remember, on Friday's sizzling edition of Time to Shine, we called the Suns Game 1 win. We predicted the Lakers win the series in 7. No reason to change that. Recent history says Anthony Davis bounces back from a clunker with a vengeance. Did it in the playoffs. LeBron referenced it last year. And make no mistake, you see the numbers and nuggets of futility on your screen. This was an all-time clunker for AD, worst playoff game he's ever played in. And assuming that Davis is close to 100% healthy, I think he has a monster game. But he has to play like a monster against DeAndre Ayton because Game 1 was not a fluke. Ayton is strong in the middle. Devin Booker was the best player on the floor. That wasn't a fluke either. Booker is a superstar. And look, I'm going to need to bring it again tonight against James. LeBron has been down 0-2 before in his career with mixed results. But LeBron has only lost Game 2 in a first-round series once in his career, way back 2006, in his first ever playoff appearance. And remember, LeBron James has never lost a first-round series. I repeat, he's never lost in the first rounds of the postseason. I'm picking the Lakers to win. The Lakers play great team defense. I'm banking on that renewed energy from Anthony Davis. They better get it, or else. Donovan Mitchell voicing his displeasure with the Jazz's decision to sit him for Game 1. So, are Utah and Mitchell headed for a breakup? Let's talk this one out together. First of all, I understand and appreciate where Donovan Mitchell is coming from. He wanted to be out there, wasn't on the injury report over the weekend, expected to play. Listen, I can always appreciate a medical staff handling a major injury with concern, and he missed 16, 17 games down the stretch of the season, but he thought he was playing, and he wants to be out there, and he wants to win a championship for the team that's seeded number 1 in the Western Conference and thinking about winning a championship. Now, you see his contract at the bottom of the screen. Here's what I believe when it comes to Mitchell's future. I think he wants to stay in Utah. I really believe that. I think that he wants to win a championship in Utah. Utah, it's really simple. With Donovan Mitchell, they could win a championship this year. Without him, they could easily lose to the Memphis Grizzlies in the first round. And obviously they lost in game number 1 of round number 1, and Mitchell is absolutely beside himself. He wanted to be out there, and it was completely unacceptable, the fact that it was such a clandestine operation. Rudy Gobert said he took a nap. He assumed Mitchell was playing, woke up from the nap on Sunday, and Donovan Mitchell was out. Listen, Donovan Mitchell is a New Yorker. And the New York Knicks are going to be a destination. Talk to Adrian Wojnarowski, the great NBA insider from ESPN, on my radio show on SiriusXM about this on Friday. And the free agent class is nothing great this offseason. And maybe it's not this offseason, right? Maybe the Knicks just sign Julius Randle, and eventually, they have Zion Williamson daydreaming about Madison Square Garden, or Donovan Mitchell wants to go home. Listen, if Utah doesn't make the Western Conference Finals, I think anything is possible here. And especially New York. And I'd love to see it as a Knicks fan. I'm also desperately rooting. I've said this on record on Time to Shine on numerous occasions. I'm rooting for the Utah Jazz. I love the coach. I love Mitchell. I love the role players, Conley, Gobert. Love the city. Love the fans. I want the Utah Jazz with Donovan Mitchell to win a championship. But it is crystal clear that there is a major problem behind the scenes with the relationship with Donovan and the medical staff, Donovan and the organization. So the answer to the question is maybe, and it's very much dependent upon the wins and losses and the advancements coming up in the postseason. Otherwise, let's just debate what number he's going to wear in a Knicks uniform.